Ladies and gentlemen of the living and the dead, my name's Arias, and I'm your friendly neighborhood cook. I can't finish my sentence. I am so all over the place today. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Oh my god. Okay, if I was seem like I'm all over the place, it's because I am all over the place. But first off, welcome in, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. It is Wednesday. Hello, CJD fan. You have a cold? Hope you feel better soon. I'm doing okay. I'm actually not well, but I'm just really frazzled right now. I'll talk about it in a second. But I hope your cold gets better soon. I hope you feel better soon. Hello, Cringy Tingy. What's up? Yes, it's my cat. It's Wednesday. Wednesday is cat day. I don't know if its name is Kevin. But for now, I think it has allowed you to address him, her, it, them, as Kevin. Oh my god, guys. It is now 7:04. I was working until 6:45 p.m. I ran over to where my personal computer was set up and set everything up in the span of 6 minutes. That's why I'm so all over the place. I'm so all over the place today. And it's partially my fault because most of today I was doing research, important research on necromancy business, and I still haven't gotten the answer that I want. And so I can't stop. I'm one of those people who once they start, I have to get the answer. Or I just can't stop. But then I had to stop because it was 15 minutes till stream. I had nothing set up. So that's why I'm so all over the place. I barely sat down, set everything up, ran to get water, came back and sat down. And then I had to start a stream because it was already 2.5 minutes in. And I was like, oh no, I gotta start a stream now while I can. And that's why I'm talking like this right now. Okay, I'm calm. Promise. I'm calm. It's not even busy today. I'm just everywhere. And right now, my mind is still half on my research. That's why I forgot half of my intro. That's okay. It's okay. It'd be like that sometimes. I will find the answer tomorrow. Mark my words. I will figure it out. Watch, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. It's gonna be all I can think about. Hello, I'm Raincel. I call avoid cat because it always avoids the name conversation. Technically, they're not avoiding the name conversation. They just don't say anything. Maybe they don't know how to talk. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. They haven't made a sound since I got them. They haven't meowed. They haven't purred. They haven't whined. They're just a silent kitty. So I don't know if they're not telling me their name because they can't or because they don't want to. I'm not sure which is it. So we'll figure it out eventually. Okay, I've calmed down a lot in the last 3 minutes. It's been a day, guys. It's been a day. It's not even bad. I actually really like doing research. It's just it's all I can think about. But we're not gonna think about that anymore because we are in the middle of a case. Manny Koshin has died, and we are now having a conversation with Sheena to prove Kay's innocence. So we're starting right off the bat with Sheena's argument. Oh yeah, and there was a fire on top of the murder. Yeah. Professional streamer, guys. I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So, definitive evidence. Sheena says she has definitive evidence. So let's see what she has to say. Alright, the knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. Okay, that doesn't mean she's the one that used it. Okay. She's talking about the knife with the butterfly handle was the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. And then something about the knife coming from the display rack, even though none of them have a handle on them. Interesting. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There's no counter-argument. I beg to differ, but okay. Sheena has said her piece. Edgeworth is not, Edgeworth is not, impressed, and neither am I. Neither am I, because in a court of law, that would definitely not hold up. No, she's just saying she came in. When I entered the room, it was pitch black. Couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to me, so I turned on the lights. But then she found the body. Then Sheena claimed she was holding the knife. I see. I came to the room upon hearing the girl scream. When I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. But the knife is so far away from where she's standing. Okay. Alright. Continuing to sit there with such a person, but if there was, where'd they go? Maybe they're hiding. You know, Sheena, seriously, if she was gonna lie, I think she would come up with a better excuse than whatever this is. Not gonna lie. She has a point, but it's a really bad point, Edgeworth. Alright, here we go with the rebuttal. Okay, I gotta focus on the case now. Gotta prove Kay's innocence. Yes, Kay, I know, you didn't do it. Yeah, don't worry, I got you. You didn't do it, and there must exist a way for me to prove that. Sheena, there's a lot of things very sus about everything that you said. So, we're gonna get to it. If she saw her right by the door, how would she have the knife in her hand right away? Oh no, let's press everything. Start with the knife wound. I've confirmed that the shape of the... Oh my god, I forgot these country names are impossible. We have confirmed that the shape of the Babali's knife blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensic teams with your own. Okay. Objection. It's a little rude. Oh, that's a little rude. It's a little rude, but okay. Alright, let's keep going. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. I've forgotten half the evidence in this case, by the way. It's already been a week. When you get to my age, things that happened last week is like it happened 10 years ago. So, Sheena is saying she's okay holding the murder weapon. Okay, Sheena was on the search for the other goddesses. When I heard that girl's scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there motionless with a knife in her hand. Okay. Kay is reiterating that someone else came in the room. Felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights. And then you found out that it was a murder weapon at your feet. How far was she from the body? Okay. Okay. Edgeworth wants me to look at something, but I'm not sure. So we're just gonna keep pressing, just so I can get more info. As soon as you obtain the knife from the display rack and use it on the victim.
Hold it!
Okay, she's speculating. Okay, Francisca. I forgot she was here. Okay, Francisca, give me a second, okay? I gotta look at something real quick. Give me a second. It's been a while. Let me refresh my memory. Okay. Hand on this knife is removable. Forgot. Is the butterfly this country or the other one? Oh my god, I already forgot the country's names. I should not wait a week in between, but I do it anyway because it's more fun this way. Keeping me on my toes. Oh, there's no blood on the handle. I just realized. There's blood on the blade, but there's no blood on the handle. I see. That's where Edgeworth is getting at. Okay, let's keep going. Thanks, Francisca! Thank you! Seems to be rather enjoying herself. Yeah. Alright, let's keep going. I think I know where she's getting at.
Hold it!
Well, the 3-piece says there's really no other like it. Alright, so let's see. Let's confirm. They're special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Baval engraved on them. So that means the handle was put on it after the knife was used to kill them. Okay. I don't think she could have put it into the knife in the dark. Alright, I don't think there's any need to press this last statement, because it's probably just gonna be her going, I'm right, you're wrong. I think this is the statement we're supposed to present it at, but I'm gonna press it again just to make sure. Okay. Have a little replay again, because that's how it goes. Okay, I think this is where we present it. Alright, we're going in. If we're wrong, we're wrong. It feel like that sometimes. Okay, let's present the knife. Interesting how there's no blood at all on the handle.
Objection!
Oh, here we go. The condescension is on. So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There's blood on the blade, and yet there's no blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to the blade. The knife that Kay was holding, its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. It wasn't a real murder weapon? No. Oh, you're so sweaty, Sheena. This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? Alright, so let's take it apart. As you can see, the Babalese knife now has been disassembled into 2 parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Koshin was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. So it's possible that he didn't even die here in this room. Well, I don't know if this clears up all suspicion surrounding Kay. Edgeworth. I'm just saying. It's a good start, but I don't think it's everything. Alright, the Bubbly's knife handle data has been jotted down in the organizer. Alright, she's coming back. But I'm interested. So the real murder weapon's blade has yet to be found. Okay. Okay. Sheena is saying that our argument isn't airtight yet. Alright, here we go. It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles. In the dark? Oh, okay. Sheena's just like, oh, well, I don't know why she did it, but she did it.
Objection!
The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Koshin's killer. Okay, let's zoom in, because I can't see. I have a feeling I know where he's getting at. Because the signia on the knife is the mark of a flower, which means it didn't come from this collection. Wait, what? That doesn't have anything to do with anything, Sheena. Would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? No. Answer is clearly not a chance. Alright, now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and flower with this. Know where he's getting up. I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to... Okay, it's this one. Okay. Flower represents the kingdom of Alabast. Alright, I'm gonna present this and see if we get it right. What do you mean I can't be serious? She's not very, very serious. Appears that you made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. The kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. This part of the knife handle has Bubbles' national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Bubbly's in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again? Agent Sheena? After the fire had broken out. Kay entered the Bubbly's embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. Oh, that is a very long word. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Alright, Sheena took a hit. But I don't know what this means. Franziska's also silent, which means we're not clean. We're not clear yet. We're not in the clear yet. I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what happens next. An Alabastian knife here. Yeah, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babel? I also would like to know. Didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over. Well, Kay's been in a good mood. Kay's in a good mood. Thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent. You're welcome, Kay. Believe in me the whole time. Of course. I did, but Edgeworth was on the fence. Sheena hasn't given up yet. Sheena hasn't given up yet. I understand now the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she's the Yatagarasu. She's the real one, yeah! Not the fake one. Yeah. She's not the fake one that set the fire. You know, I'm kind of becoming very sus of Sheena. She's pushing really, really hard for someone who supposedly is neutral. On what ground do you suspect her? She calls herself Yatagaru then himself is the most elegant proof? Oh, Kay's getting serious. I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I'm the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. I feel like Sheena's a little sus. She's pushing really hard for someone who supposedly is very neutral. Let me share something with you two as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time. Okay. Alright, better get going. Going to where? What? Okay, wait, what? We haven't even gotten anywhere except clear your name. Hello, souls! Hello, hello. Happy October! It is. I can't believe it's October. Oh my goodness, where has the year gone? I don't know. Feels like yesterday when it was January. And dinner was pizza and salad. I want a pizza. I want a pepperoni pizza with ranch. That sounds yummy. Always hungry when I stream, even though I ate like an hour ago. Oh, we're going to the Kingdom of Alabast? Oh, okay, I guess we are. Oh, I love the speed of these games. I'm gonna go see where the Alabastian knife came from. I have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Damn. Yes, ma'am. I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. But all I've done is make progress. What do you mean, Francisca? I've been doing so good. I've been so well. Anyway, to be continued. Indeed, time flies. I see you need fiber. Oh no, I'm a believer of fiber. I'm a believer of fiber. Don't worry. I get more than my share of fiber daily. It's why I haven't eaten any pizza. It's because all I eat most of the time are vegetables. Sad. March 14th, 7:44 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. Alright, we're back. We're back where we started. Oh, Asian Lang is here with his army of 100 men. They literally call this guy MIB. Anyway, they're counting off their men again. Just relaxing, playing wonderful trails in the sky. Nice, have fun. Enjoy. Vegetables are cool. Yeah, but I like pizza too. 99 call-outs. So all 99 members are most likely here and accounted for. What is most likely meant? The second number? What from my right? Wait, what? A birthday present? What if it's not his birthday? What if it's not his birthday? Yeah, it's not their birthday, bro! It is now, I guess. Maybe it is now. A couple disrespects others soon feel a disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you, it's for your younger brother's wife's younger... Huh? Tell him I said hi and happy birthday. Wait, what? I am so confused. What if it's not their birthday either? What if it's not their birthday either? It would be so funny if it's not their birthday either and this guy can't say no because he doesn't know their birthday either. I should probably leave them to their alone time. Alright, they're finally dispersing. All 99 of them. Alright, let's see. What's going on here? Yeah, unfortunately we were here the whole time. I would have rather not been here, but you know. Got a call from Sheena and she's already filled me in. Don't you think Sheena is sauce, Lay? I'm just saying, she's hella sauce. Sounds like you're out to get in my way again. It sounds like you're out to get in my way again from where I'm standing, okay? Okay, well, just calm down. Sit down. Anyway, Edgeworth has no intention of interrupting your investigation. Edgeworth might not, but I do. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Alabastian embassy. What if I say no?
Objection!
Yeah, Francisca. I'm Francisca's subordinate. So I received permission from the investor. He is to be extended the same rights. Not that simple. Don't you call her sis? She's my sis. Excuse you. Don't steal my sister. Alabast has the strictest immigration regulation in the world, didn't you know? Even among my elite men, only about half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen, we might spoil a soup, you get what I mean. Wow. I don't know what to tell you, Lang, except all your cooks are crap anyway, so the soup's gonna get spoiled anyway. Indeed. Indeed. That's right, so. Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of Alabast. Try to understand. Things over in Alabast are a bit of a mess right now. What do you mean by a bit of a mess? No one told you we had an incident in Alabast as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation. Alright, tell me more. Yeah, can you just tell us? What's going on? Oh. Oh, an elderly man has appeared. Oh, damn. An elderly man has occurred. Just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Alba, I ask you that please allow these people to join the investigation. Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. Huh. He has the nose of Pinocchio. I'm just saying. Like a tree. Mayhaps a wise tree? Or a lying tree? It is all because I lack the strength to govern well. There's nothing of the sort, Ambassador. Oh, damn. The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Asian Lang. And it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Asian Lang. I see. Oh, there is now a hold it. Yeah. Anyway, Ambassador Polino has joined the battle. I ask you to please reconsider letting them into Alabast. My very own secretary has been murdered in the Babalese embassy, and he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings completely unbeknownst to me. So I asked for your cooperation in our investigation. Oh. He's giving him coupons to cover travel expenses to Babal. Even if you beg Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. You're still a witness in the Babal murder, so I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Babal. Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me. Alright. I'm going in with Francisca. If you're troublemakers, the better. I feel like you're the biggest troublemaker, Lang. But okay, we have been granted permission to the Alabastian embassy. Yes, Kay? So I want to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she is? Oh yeah, that's Francisca! And she's calling herself a prodigy again. You're the whip lady! You may address me as Miss Von Karma. And leave the investigation of Alabas in your hands, Miss Long Karma. Oh! Oh! Their friendship has not changed. So much swagger. Of course, Kinji, of course. The smuggling ring. Perhaps I should ask Franziska a bit more about them before I head into Alabast. I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Polino for all that he has done for me. Alright, that means we gotta have a couple conversations. Alright, here we go. Let's talk to Franziska first. Alright, tell me more about your smuggling investigation. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. Oh, that was the dead body we found on the plane. There's no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. Okay! In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled items I was following. Like the Babalese ink? Why are there restrictions on the export of Babalese ink to begin with? It's classified Interpol. Oh. Yeah, shouldn't you share that information with me? What if I need it later? Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhangfa. Oh, I see. The ink is used to print money. As you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babal's special Babalese ink, and it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babalese ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babel. That's where this document comes into play. Mr. Koshin was smuggling large amounts of Babalese ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. I've yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. And while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Babalese embassy, we're looking to the Alabastian embassy next. Doesn't matter where they're hidden, mark my words, I will find them. Alright, so with some counterfeit bills on top of smuggling. Throw into the mix now. It's getting quite complicated. What if Manny wasn't even the smuggler and this guy is? Wouldn't that be really funny? Ambassador Polino, I am in your debt. What if he's the one that's smuggling and counterfeiting everything? That's all about I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. He's either a really good guy or very sus. You know they aren't much. Oh, just more coupons for their for their buffet. Oh, he's giving me some of the ink? It's fountain painting, known as Babalese ink, is made exclusively in Babal. Oh, he's giving me some of the ink. We make it from witch crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip of your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me, the ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. I feel like I should be saying all of this in a British accent, but I can't do one, so we're not gonna go there. I guarantee to you that writing without ink is an unforgettable experience. Alright. Okay. Alright. Since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. I see. It's just a tourism pitch. Alright, now I have everything I need for now. Kay's gonna keep investigating. I see. Alright, you guys go do that. What is it, Kay? If you happen to come across my phone, you let me know. If you tell me, I'll rush over straight away no matter where you are. Yeah, I'll let you know when the time comes. Let's not worry about that right now. I have a murder to solve. I was gonna say a murder to serve, but a murder to solve. All right. Huh? There is a steel samurai here. Who's getting whipped. Oh no. Oh. Oh. The raven and appeared poof and then disappeared swoosh. And though I am the steel samurai, my sword. I'm so confused, I don't know what anything means anymore. Oh no. Who's this fruitcake? Francisca! Francisca. He's softer than a fruitcake. Larry of the House of Buds. Merry men of Neo-To Tokyo, my lady. Yeah. This person's one of my friends? I don't know if we call him... If I call him my friend. But, like, he did help me with the murder and help get me out of a murder, so I guess he is. Your best bud is in a bind. He likes no big deal. How many steel samurais are gonna get accused of murder in this franchise? What did you do? The suspect again? I actually became a suspect in a murder again? I see, that is quite the mind. Not that we're in the least bit surprised. Francisca, you can't call him out like that. Ezra's pretty much expected this. Okay. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. I see. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by 1. Besides, you're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph? I see. I even winked at you through my headpiece. Oh. Now Edgeworth is sad. Yeah, can you not speak to me right now? Francisca, I need a moment to reconcile. Hi, Angela. I forgot you were here. This is the instant you mentioned earlier. This childhood friend of yours is our prime suspect. Of course he is! Of course he is! Who else could it possibly be? The murder of a man who has snuck into this embassy mask to mask 2. The second. I don't know. Oh my god, it's Return of Mask to Mask. Almost forgot about that case. Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. No matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune. Edgeworth, must you use such big words that I can't pronounce? Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Buzz is innocent of all wrongdoing. Alright, here we go again. Who's the victim? Mind if I took a peek at it? What? Don't get in my way? What? Are you scared? Are you scared? It's Detective Beth! Hello, sir! Are you allowing investigators such as myself to take a look? You let the detective see the file. Hi, Detective Beth! It's me, yeah, hello. Oh, he's still very, very handsome and very, very noir. Fancy meeting you here, detective. You weren't expecting me? Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop, in case a card was ever found. Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's MO very well, and his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. Something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If we can get to the bottom of this case, I'm willing to share info with him. Oh, Detective Bad! Hello! About the murder of the Mask 2, would you be willing to fill me in on a few details? When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, the Mask 2 he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to find someone else in this room. Alright, let's talk a little bit more about the suspect. Why exactly was that man placed under arrest? Yeah, the samurai! Yeah. I know he was born looking suspicious, but not for the reason you suspect, I assure you! You can plainly see he's completely harmless. It was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight here at the Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed. Keep in mind the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats for the guests who had been called to sit in them were empty. A no-show? Who was it that failed to take their seat? The Steel Samurai? Until his speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at the time. And where was he? He was on the roof with one of his legs down the chimney. That chimney leads directly into this room. Larry! You really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? Any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. Alright, here we go. Care to explain yourself, Larry? Yeah, we have questions. What do you want to ask me? Both you and him. What about what? How is it two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? Huh? Francisca did not make any promises to you. Yeah, what promise? The one where you said you would model for my next book, Frenzy's Whippity Whip Trip. There you go. There's your model. When something smells, it's usually the butt. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. Alright, tell me about the Steel Samurai. Yeah, aren't you called Larice Dunim now or something? Wait, what's the difference? I'm not even gonna try to say that. That sounds long and tedious. You're that rude, pale imitation of a real artist. Gave up on that whole Larice business, okay? When Benjalina left me and my heart in pieces. Who's Benjalina? That's when Mindy walked into my life, okay? She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way, and I figured I could through the Steel Samurai outfit. Huh? Ooh, Mindy, what Mindy? He picked up this part-time job as the Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. I see. Simple deduction based on usual modus operandi, Larry. Why can't you say MO like everybody else, actually? But that's a really long Latin word. Alright, let's talk about the time of the murder. What were you doing on the roof, bro? Tell me more. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we're talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. Past experience has taught me that you're always at the center of some insane event. Can you just like spit it out? Come on. I don't have time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time, so I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know. Alright, come on. Just stop frenzy for whipping me from behind. Guess you know what I did. Can you just get to it? Yeah, I imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So tell me right now what happened. Yeah, confess now. I was up in the roof. Why were you on the roof? The wintry custom and the legendary hero. Huh? What? Santa Claus? Santa Claus? I want to do that thing he does, so I climb up to one of the chimneys. When I got there was smoke pouring out of the chimney. Why? Is it December? It's not snowing outside. Anyway, we got some evidence. I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, so I gave up. Do you realize that Santa Claus doesn't exist, right? I did graduate from junior high. Okay. And you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Why were you trying to be Santa? What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa? Everything?
Objection!
Not even December. Oh, it's spring right now? Santa only visits home on December 24th. That's in December. That's right. What's wrong with you? Alright, let's talk to him about... I don't even know what we can talk to him about. Oh yeah, it's the autograph. I want you to answer this for me, Larry, and depending on your answer, I may let you live. Still Summer that was up there on that stage, was that really you? Sure was! Still Samurai Sushi Slash. Let's see. Edgeworth is taken unsurmountable of emotional damage. It's completely useless worth the bum. I fear I may never recover from this. Alright, what else can we share with him? He doesn't know anything about Koshin, it seems. Francis gonna whip you. Whippy whip trip. Alright. He's having a good time. It's unfortunate. Alright, what else can we show him? I don't think he'll know anything about any of this stuff. Oh, let's show him the map. Nope, he's got nothing to say. Alright, we get a repeat of the whipping that Francisca's gonna give him. I don't think there's anything else to show him. Is there? Alright, anyway. I think that's it for now. I don't think there's anything else to say to him. Let's take a look at the things on the wall. There's some weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow and a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be counterparts to the Babali's knives. Which means that the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to Mr. Koshin. Is it just me or this plant right here? Looks just like the ambassador. It's supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Alba. I look forward to your salary assessment next month. Excuse you. Excuse you. Alright. Steel Samurai Spear. Isn't it awesome? It's sleek and shiny just like my heart. I see. Aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced the spear is up to the task. Huh? Wait, what? I'll tell the studio to make you one. No, I don't want one. Wait, what? What are we showing him about the spear? I don't understand. Let's take a look at the crossbow. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there are no whips on display. Wait, what? Franziska? Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect that these are the counterparts of the Boboli's knives. The blades of these knives should match the blades of the knife that killed Mr. Koshin. One of the knives is missing its blade. Let's see if the two pieces of blade and the handle fit each other. It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. This means that an alabaster knife did find its way into the valve, but how? Okay, with a bit more information. I can spot absolutely no difference between this Prima Duck statue and the valve. The statue's face looked a bit like that costume hero you like so very much. Oh, the Steel Samurai? Statue wasn't made by an American. Yeah, I don't think so. Alright. I think that's everything that's on this wall. Edgar says something about a spear, but I'm not sure what he means by that. This is the one from the other embassy. Okay. I don't have anything else to say right now. He's like, show Larry something, but I don't know what I'm supposed to show him. So we're just gonna walk around some more. What is this? The person shaking hand with Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. It was taken just before the murder. Why is the statue facing the different way? I just don't understand what exactly is so great about Top Knot there. Yeah, Francisco, you just don't understand the appeal. Young children, the target audience of this show. Oh, it's still my data jotting them out. Yeah, okay, so in the photo, the statue's facing this way. But now it's facing this way. What does that mean? We'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. It's a fireplace, and by the look of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Okay, so this is in the chimney that Larry tried to climb down there. Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom. Two are missing. I'm sure flowers are as lovely as these must have an equally as lovely name. I'm staring. I should probably think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? Yeah, why is it called passion flowers? It was named by a priest in the 15th century for the passion of Christ. I see. It's something new every day. Why are there only two flowers, though? What happened to the other two? Two large flowers in bloom. The vines are supported by stakes and are still growing. I see. This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook is open. He must be in the middle of something important. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Well, he's into plants. Alright, let's look at this dead body. This is the victim demasked too. What is with the gaudy outfit? It's tradition, Franziska. You don't know about mask to mask? I do. A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. This thief is separate from the Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while because their MO and targets were different. The mask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he know more about the mask. Alright. Haven't changed a bit. Aww. Any case, let's get started here, shall we? Okay, so, what is this? Suppose this was the wrapping cloth the mask used to carry his stolen goods, which is nothing rapid now. Never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was out of to steal. Okay. Here's the sword. This is the murder weapon. There's blood on the blade's rather sweeping sword. It's still Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. Although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a royal fight. I see. Yeah, I saw the stage show earlier. The owner of the sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to prove him innocent. Alright. Look at the dead body. There's not a single shred of fashion sense in the mask costume? Can buy this costume almost anywhere now. It's being sold? Since around New Year's, the streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out the mask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I see. So this might not even be the real Damask. Oh, what's this? Looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room was written by hand. There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the prima duck statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Who is this person who requested the theft of the prima duck statue? Alright, let's take a look. The blood. I thought the Damask quit the business. This guy, he's just a copycat using the name. A phony successor. He's just another petty. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashino. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damask too. The cause of death appears to be loss of blood from the back of his head. Seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. I see. Lurk? No worries, souls! No worries. Enjoy your lurking. I'm just gonna be here attempting to solve this crime. Okay. I think that's all the evidence I can gather from here. So let's be done here. Alright. I do want to look at the statue because it's facing a different way, which is very interesting to me. There was the exact same statue sitting in that Babalay's office we examined. The prima duck statue is the national treasure of the Principality of Cadopia. There's only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. Both Alabast and Babel claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. I agree. Alright, Alabast prima duck statue data jotted down in my organizer. Alright. Alright. I'm very interested in the fact that it's facing a different way. Would it be interesting both of these are fake? Alright, well here are the knives. They were almost the exact same wall mount from the knives on Babaly's side, but I can't see any of the details from this distance. counterpart to the Babbly's butterfly is the Alabastian flower. The butterfly and flower, they're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Babel? I see. Flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. Well, damn! Damn! Ezra just got real deep all of a sudden. Alright, I'm interested about the fact that it's facing a different direction in the photo. Talk about it. Look at this photo and tell me what you find out about the scene, Miss Von Karma. The parent joy on the investor's face as he shakes that top-notch head. No! Francisca! The statue! It's facing a different way. Statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or secretariat-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene is proof that someone touched the statue around the time of the crime. Alright. Got that lovely piece of information. Oh, what is this? Oh, we're talking about plants? Oh, this is not very interesting to me. Well, we just got dissed by Francisca, but that's okay. Let's take a look at this clock. It's awfully similar to the one in the other room. It's a grandfather clock just like this one earlier on the Babbly's embassy. Symmetry is a fine thing, but the interior design really suffers from it. I think this clock actually fits the decor of this room quite well. Design the material is made of strikes a good balance of plants. I mean, if I want to talk about the clock, I will. It's all part of my elite investigation, okay? Exactly. Okay. I think that's all for now. Let's ask Larry about the murder weapon. Found the samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon. Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? I forgot about it and left it behind when I left afterwards. You left the sword behind. I was the most shocked of all when I heard it killed someone. Okay. I see. I see. You're about to take something that big with you. Exactly. Who would believe that? Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. I mean, yeah, sure, I believe you. Anyway, even if Larry has simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name, which means that I would have to prove his innocence from a different angle. It's an official sealed samurai weapon. No. No, I didn't ask you to do the sushi slash. Let myself get caught up and be a spectator. Edgeworth, it's okay. Happens to the best of us. He probably knows nothing about the statue. I don't know why I showed it to him. Now I have to watch this again. So, Larry getting whipped. And then... Okay. I think that's all we have from him. Yeah. What is it? A wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once. He who runs after 2 hares will catch neither. A real wolf can catch both. Alright. The Men in Black is unimpressed. Okay. I wonder what I'm supposed to... Oh. There's also a sword on that wall. Interesting. Alright, we're going over the flower and butterfly thing again because I looked at the wall. I'm trying to think. See if there's anything. Okay, I don't have anything right now that I can connect to each other. I feel like there's something I'm supposed to do.
Eureka!
Yeah, about the spear, Larry. No. I thought there was something strange about the spear. Is it just me or is the spear a bit bent? It's exactly as it should be? Yeah, except, you know, it was straight in your picture. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape. What did you do? Yeah, what do you have to say about that? What did you do? When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning it around and round. And bam, it hit the wall. You hit the wall of an embassy? Oh, my dear lord. Okay. Okay. Clarify that for me, will you? So some field trip. No, I'm not asking about the childhood story. Tell me about the spinning spear hitting the wall. It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend. What is it? It's not real. You can't really fight someone with it because it's hollow on the inside. You can hit it against practically anything and it would bend. So is that the same for the sword? So does that mean the sword is also not real? What a humiliation. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. Oh, the pink princess is here. And the pink princess is silent. I'm a little afraid. And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the pink princess also comes to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Alright, it's time to speak to the pink princess. I'm a little scared. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Oh no, she's silent. Yeah, could you... Oh. Of course it's Old Bag! Who else could it be? This must be what they call fate. How could this happen 2 days in a row? Aren't you Miss Old Bag? Why are you so surprised? So you're the one that got to play the Still Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. Your acquaintances with Larry? We worked at the same company for a little while, you know? That's why it's okay, my Ajifu, you don't need to be jealous. I'm okay. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep, but it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious Ajifu waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? Guess I misjudged you. Though he was trying to avoid me, you know. Yeah, that was precisely what he was trying to do. Isn't it just peachy? One of those rare times when Princess Guy and I actually see eye to eye. Alright, tell me about why you're the pink princess. I thought you were working at Gate Waterland as the Pink Badger. That was ages ago. That was yesterday! Look, I worked at Global Studios before a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning kind of out of the blue, actually. Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. You see... I really couldn't say no, so here I am playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I can't keep up with how fast she's speaking. And something about avant-garde extras and a bunch of simpletons. And I don't know what's going on anymore. Okay. She received a standing request this morning. Here's that she is telling the truth. Request from Miss Oldbag standing for Mindy, the Pink Princess actress who fell ill. I find acting moved the entire audience to tears. Tears of laughter, as I recall. But being famous has its problems too, you know? What is it? It's a letter from a stalker. Oh. I'll be sending on you from above tonight, your loving night. I wonder who could have possibly wrote that. I don't think it says Wendy. I don't think it says Wendy. I think it just says I'll be descending. It's the same handwriting as Buzz, so you get my name right. There's no accent in my name. I think it says Mindy. I feel 100% safe. If you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. I'm busy. I think it says Mindy, not Wendy. Alright. Time of the murder. What were you doing at the time of the crime? After the show was over, I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. I see. I see. Murder occurred in the room right next to yours.
Hold it!
Yeah, can you not cling to Edgeworth? Thank you. Any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech? No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Just gone ahead and asked the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy. I see. I brought the police dog as you requested. You may leave now, officer. Oh, it's so cute! This dog. I request the assistance of a dog and I'll search for the Atagarasu. It's so cute! Oh, the doggo's so cute! That's a police dog. Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think his name is Missile. But a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. I want you to find some clues. Oh, I found something in the... fireplace. What do we have here? It looks like a small hot dog. Isn't that an official samurai dog? He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that. It's just a meat substance staff featuring the steel samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. Should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place. Looks like the snack was all Missile found. Appears to be a lady's undershirt. One of Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing! Oh, I don't want to think about that. I somehow doubt that it doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt. Alright. Fortunately for me— oh, hello, Misael! She's so cute! So cute. So cute. Alright, let's show Wendy the undershirt. Because I think that's what we're supposed to do. Alright, let's show her the undershirt that was found in the fireplace. What is the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bag? All you had to do was ask? I didn't want it. This shirt was found here at the crime scene. Why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? You know nothing? I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt, but I can't really help the fact that I had to. Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna, and on top of that I get fingered as a suspect? Wait, and you claim that you never once set foot inside this room? I had been the one to find the body. Do you think I'd be as calm, as relaxed as I am? Okay, she's going off again. I'm gonna take this opportunity to take a drink of water. Okay. Okay. Huh? What? I don't believe she's lying about her actions, so I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace. Oh, great. Somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this. Interesting. Assume the samurai dog was also yours? A million mine of yours. Oh, okay. The feeling of dread continues. I suppose I should ask for more details. Alright, let's talk about the samurai dogs! Of course. Wait, what? No. I'm not asking you about your heart. I'm asking about your dog. The samurai dog. No! That samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. Present? That studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves. See, so did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? About that, see, after the show I went to rest the spell in the dressing room because of my bad hit. And there they were, the samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor. Okay. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. By preparation, you mean sampling them as well? I tried one and thought they were actually quite good, but I just had to find out. See? Figured that since they were for a kids show, their taste was probably for kids too, but they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to have a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, I see. I see. Only give you one. The rest are all for me. I see. Present from embassy staff, Miss Obat took and ate a few from the dressing room. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Francisco! Facts. Alright. So we got a little more facts. So the smoke from the chimney and the fireplace. Put that together. There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry, this is a contradiction of facts, is it not? You sure he wasn't just destroying it or something? There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney, so I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldback's fire, so basically the fireplace of neighboring rooms Share one chimney. Is that what you're implying? Yes, that would explain how the shirt got there. So we can put these two pieces of evidence together. The lady's undershirt that Miss Elf found. Go with me! I'm trying to get to evidence! Stop, Francisca! It's not like that! Francisca, it's not like that! This is evidence! The owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door, and yet despite that, Miss Elf found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt somehow passed through a solid brick wall. Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Alright, it's time to take a look at the back of the fireplace. There's an X on the back of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. Alright, here we go. Oh! The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. Fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. There appears to be nothing particular about the next room, but the fact that there's nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms, and how exactly is that significant? No, I don't think the old lady is... Yeah, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hips. She could not have been the one. Fortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damask 2's murder. And the investigation is complete. It would appear that an answer has made itself known. Hello, Agent Lang. Are you ready to counter any argument I have? Alright, if you are prepared, I'll show exactly where my deductions have led me. Larry, just sit down. Can you just sit down, please? Thanks. Yeah. My first attack will be to expose your life for what it really is. Yeah. I know there's still something you're keeping from the rest of us. And I already figured out what it is. Oh, damn, he's so dramatic. What? Calm down, Larry. Agent Lang, please. Anyway, Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I would draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. This time I'll tell you the whole truth. What happened? What didn't happen? The works. Alright, just tell me what happened. Here we go. Larry's testimony about being up on the roof. After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Yeah, didn't I just tell you not to lie to me? Kinda ultra embarrassing? Okay, can you just tell me the truth, bro? Oh, I see. Here we go. Yes, ma'am! Here we go. Time for the rebuttal. Alright, let's start off with some pressing, because that's what we usually start with. Press him about leaving the pushcart in the rose garden.
Hold it!
You left the pushcart? Could you please clarify that statement for me? So the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Alba said to just leave it. I see. I recall seeing the pink princess on my way to the embassy. And what was she doing? Nothing in particular because she was being carried by some dogs on a stretcher. Alright, well at least old bag was telling the truth. Okay. Press about the picture being taken of them being shaking hands. So he shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabast. He did something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Yeah, can you not disrespect the ambassador? Larry, please. Please. Yeah, you're already telling us nothing but lies. Come on, let's keep going. It's a very, very long rebuttal. Okay, so let's ask him about his free time that he was wandering around. Yeah. I take this to heart, okay? The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. Asian Lang, you're defending him? True friends are bosom friends. If you're in trouble, call on your bosom friend whose shoulder you can truly carry on. To cross your pea-sized brain, the Asian Lang's only out to arrest you, Larry. So when I spot a chimney like this is a rare thing. Alright, let's ask about that. I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare, especially since they're a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. The kind of chimney I'm talking about is the really romantic type. I see. Women seem to really enjoy them. I just had a good feeling about that chimney. Alright, let's press the statement about him wanting to be Santa. Suddenly wanted to play Santa. I dressed up as Santa once before. Oh, I remember that too. That was at the trial where Azure was accused of a crime. It's not a felony to dress up and play Santa. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family chimney after all. Raise an objection. Don't raise an objection. I want to raise an objection for the fun of it. I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm gonna raise my name with funsies. Playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. What? So, I was delivering a present to a child now basking in the warm glow of love?
Objection!
That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but the lie's still alive! In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present onto was most certainly this. The Pink Princess? This is Kashino. Tina. Okay. Guess I'm supposed to do this.
Take that!
Don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see Miss Obeck so much I tried to go down chimney. I advise you to start right there in your bashing of a lady. I must admit that I myself hardly ever had the want to run into that lady. However, what if you are misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this. Alright, let's show his terribly written pink card.
Take that!
Larry, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence. Oh wait, what? Am I not supposed to show him the card? Oh wait, I'm supposed to show him the stand-in letter. Okay, I'm supposed to show him the stand-in letter, never mind. Alright, this got a bit long, but I'm pretty sure this isn't right. Hang on. I need the... Where is the letter? No, not this one. This one! Request from his old badge to stand in. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the pink princess, Mindy. Seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. Not true? She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it. I see. I see. I see. Yeah, whip him harder, Francisca. Whip him harder. Whip him harder. Yes, this guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it? Yeah, I suppose you could put it that way. Or do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure. What is it? What? Yeah, we're not in court. We're not in court. It's like just... It looks just like what you do in court? Alright. Got something to say? Until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. Alright. There's the second half of his testimony. Yeah, Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize would be your arrest? That's what I get for trying to help people, man. Larry's assertion. You think that all I want to do is to go visit Mindy. Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then to top it all off, I became a suspect in the murder. That's what you really meant. What? Why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? You really want to know the answer to that? Even Asian Lang has nothing to say to that. Are you serious trying to submit this not as a confession, but as a testimony? Yeah. Are you her stalker? I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman, alright. Miss Oldback? Miss Oldback. Please. Thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you want me to prove? Except to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy? Evidence is everything in court. Alright, let me show you the evidence. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you ever wished to see. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's press the statement where he's like, oh, you think all I want to do is go visit Mindy? Yes, I think that's exactly what I think. After, if not for that, then for what other reason did you wish to go down that chimney?
Not so fast!
Is for keeping the prosecutor in line?
Hold it!
Have the evidence. If you wish to see it that bad, I can juice you too. If you wish to lie, then by all means continue, because I'm ready to expose your lies at a moment's notice. Alright, let's press the next statement, where you dressed up as Santa and climbed up the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick? That was so thick I had tears pouring out of my eyes. It was a mess. I see. You do realize that you just confirmed for us your chimney estimate? I see. Simply have yet to master how to counter this cross-examination technique. So at least we know he was on the chimney. Alright. It's a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for
Hold it!
Press that a little bit more. Not quite sure how you can mistake the actress for this lady. No, I'm good. Let's just keep going. Yeah. Steal samurai and pink princess, husband and wife. No, I'm good. Let's just keep going. Speaking of Mindy, exactly what kind of woman would you say she is? I don't know who the Mindy is. Huh? It's just like what her name means. She's super sweet with a great smile. She's one of the trope's fastest riding star. I see. I see. I was late to the speech, okay. Top it off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. Okay. Suppose you might be correct in a small way. Besides being a suspect in a murder, there are a few other things you're a suspect of. I already told you, Miss Olbeck, I wasn't after you. I was trying to see Mindy. Arrest this guy already. Completely understand how you feel, Agent Lang. If you have a serious assertion to make, then I consider listening. Okay. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose?
Hold it!
Larry, this is the final point you wish to make? You got it! In that case, allow me to take that sword and break it. Stand bit under how phantoms be ground to a fine powder! Oh my god. Ready for what's coming, right? I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, testimony is one giant confession of all that he's done tonight. He's practically begging me to show why he bothered himself through all this. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to present the evidence, but I'm assuming it's the first. I'm assuming it's this first statement.
Not so fast!
I'm assuming it's here.
Hold it!
Okay. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to present the evidence. Where I'm supposed to present it here, I'm not sure which. So I'm just gonna present a letter and see what happens. Anyway, we're gonna do a condescending shrug. Don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Why are you showing that thing to you? Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. Isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing. You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you are not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you are attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. It's Mindy, not Wendy.
Take that!
Suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye. It's so embarrassing. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? Punching, but that will have to wait until we're off this crime scene. Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't you? It's a fake? Alright. Is it being so mean? Penmanship analysis. No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. There we go. All we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life. Not to worry. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. In the shape of an autograph. This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our question soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable future. Failure. It was all me causing trouble again. I admit it. Oh, finally. You hit the nail right on the head. So he finally confesses. I saw the pink princess being carried around a stretcher and got worried. I wanted to go into Minnie's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust. I see. I see. At least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure in conveying said sentiment. You're really sorry? Maybe a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me. Because at the very least, I can attest to that about you. Lost a lot of valuable time because of you! We have. We've been on this for a while. For a hot minute. In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butts sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Though I still find it a bit unbelievable that two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off. Alright. You're not off the hook yet? It means you're not off the hook yet. He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. You can only rely on the words of the suspect, after all. You may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night, with the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his butt. Alright, now for the true boss! This upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand in the sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Alright. There you go. You can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon, but the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. Alright, here we go! Here is Asian Lang's argument of why Larry. I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damask, too. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the steel samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? This owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on. Oh, fair fact. Fair fact. You say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? Well, that's rude. That's rude. Well, here we go. Angeline knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Alright. Alright, so let's start off with the fact that he found the body. What you got for me? You're the first to discover the body this time. It's funny! You found this body and Sheena found the other one. Earlier, Kay was the first to discover the body in Babel, and your secretary, Agent Sheena, was ready to accuse her of murder. Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern with discoverers of bodies. In the Babelese case, it was proved that she was holding the weapon. This one's a bit different since we know exactly where the weapon is. Tie him with a samurai sword. Alright, let's press that a little bit more. Glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. I mean, the sight and smell blood. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only use on stage, so it's not sharp, but it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. Suspect he beat the victim to death with that thing. Okay. About the samurai sword. Have you received a report from forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. They confirmed that the outline of this one is consistent with the weapon. Is the dead body right there in front of you? They were conducting the autopsy right now. Shouldn't that body not be here? So... they must still be investigating this room. Trying to figure out where he's going with this. Okay, I think I know where he's going with this. But let's keep going. Meaning that's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence, true's nature. Alright, let's keep going. Talk about the fact that the sword is here and not in the dresser.
Hold it!
Larry has already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here. But Agent Lang's not gonna buy that. To be fair, you did lie earlier, so you can't really blame Agent Lang for not believing you. I know that's not possible to prove such an excuse as true. You're free to think what you like, however I know that Larry's not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue with your argument. I suppose you've blown it soon enough. Alright, let's ask you about finding butts in a room. Just because he's the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? Climbing all the way up to the chimney is plenty suspicious in my book as well. Doesn't matter if it's you or whoever. Alright.
Objection!
Stop calling her sis! She's my sis! The only two things I trust, my surroundings and evidence of the crime scene. Alright. Alright, so... it's simply not possible that the samurai sword and this is a real murder weapon. So we're gonna share that with him now. Now I know, or at least I think I know, where I'm supposed to do here. So I'm gonna present the bent spear, where he said that this victim was bludgeoned to death with the sword. Anyway, condescending finger wag. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? It's a long spear. Used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Alright, Agent Lang. Hello, Andre! You're late. No worries. I'm just glad you made it. Better late than never. Better late than never. Hope you had a good day. I hope all is well. Alright. I'm gonna try and prove this guy wrong, okay? Watch me. Piercing mowing people down, spears the weapon of heroes throughout history. The next most effective weapon after the whip. Alright. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. Oh no, I'm not trying to tell you that the spear is the real murder weapon. Simply want you to take a look at this section right here. The way it's bent. Precisely. Apparently, a certain troublemaker hit it against the wall in this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the inside of the steel samurai's weapon are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. Let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? You know, he might be a bit of a dick, but I feel like Asian Lang is a good guy. Sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I was able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Alright. I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. Alright, let's update the organizer with the samurai spear data. Because he bent it, Larry couldn't do the early summer rain jab special attack. And he got whipped by Francisca, rightfully so. That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Well, alliteration right there. Now back on the topic of the spear. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, so all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks is place of real logic's hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. As you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of 40-year win streak will ever be broken. Perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken, for no one should conceive of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. Francisco is not pleased with us! But, you know, at least Francisca's heart's always in the right place.
Hold it!
That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth, and that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, and let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. Alright, Asian Light has once again joined us! Humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damask too without bending it. Alright, tell me more. I think you know what to do here and what you need. What I need is evidence even he can't refute. It's time to bring this to a close. I have no idea what is happening. But let's listen to what he has to say. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. You search the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion will fall to the owner of said weapon? Okay. Alright. As long as I won, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we've left unturned, and we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside the embassy with the victim's blood is on it is—
Hold it!
You left no stone unturned? Is that a fact? I see where he's getting with this. I think I understand where he's getting with this. Okay, I think I understand where he's going with this. I think I understand. But let's press and see what I have to say.
Hold it!
Let's talk about the possibility of using the sword. May I inquire as to how you're able to make such a claim, Agent Lang? Capable of miracles beyond comprehension and mysterious creature as men. I see. The human body is a mysterious thing. Even with a toy-like sword, it's easy to kill a man if you hit just the right spot. Which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving a dent.
Hold it!
Okay. As long as it's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I like. Alright. Under these circumstances, the only logical conclusion. Let's press that a little bit more. You must know that your conclusion is wrong. Alright.
Hold it!
Okay, so this is a little bit of a throwaway conversation.
Not so fast!
Not much is happening here. The only way to do that is to show me proof of another possible weapon. In this room, there is only one other thing left. This is going to be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now. Okay. I think I know where we're supposed to go with this, but let me just finish pressing off his statement.
Hold it!
The only place where you could find blood was the samurai sword, even with the luminol, which means that there are no other possibilities outside what I've already outlined. You raise an objection. We may lose points on this. If you believe that there is no other door possibility left open, then allow me to force one open for you. How do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. Alright, the real murder weapon. I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy. What if the murder weapon is no longer in this embassy? Yes, I do. I think the murder weapon was brought to the Babalese embassy and then was used to kill Manny Koshin. I think that's where they're going with this. It's not possible your men inspected everything in their investigation. I appreciate mind games.
Hold it!
Not slandering them. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. Oh, he's talking about the statue! Okay, so he's talking about the statue. The real murder weapon, which not a single person has yet to touch, is the statue. That's why it's facing a different way.
Take that!
The National Treasure of Alabast. Yes, the Primiduc statue. As you know, only an ambassador and his secretariat may touch it, which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct? You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters on the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereign chief statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined. Asian Life, you could take a look at this. The direction of the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different, and there's only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go look for the Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Oh damn! See, Asian Leg! You know his heart is in the right place. Longsy says just go already. No, I know his heart is in the right place. He may be stubborn. He may seem like a villain, but I'm really sorry, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Primiduc statue. The investigation is a standstill? You may act all weak and frail, but that woman's one tough cookie. But I guess you've gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country. Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already! He's gonna do it anyway! He's gonna do it anyway! I'll take the fall if I have to later. But this is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Less talking, more investigating. Alright, here we go. We want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Asian Lang, I'd like to run a chemiluminescence test on the statue. Oh my god. The statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Let's get the forensics teams in here. Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is the real weapon that killed Damas too. Couldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damas too, so the charge remains. We're hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. Alright, here we go. Ooh, what's this? Sturdy smudge, it looks like a handprint. What's a definite bit of evidence like you doing under here? It looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry, but it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about it now. Alright, prints has been sent to forensics. I have the analysis results. About the print we lifted from the bottom of the statue. You know the victim of the murder in the Babalese embassy? The prints belong to Mr. Manny Koshin! What's going on around here? That's impossible. Each primitive statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Koshin's fingerprints are on this one, it means the statues were swapped. It leads me to only one conclusion. The statue is actually Babel's primitive statue. There we go. Larry never once set foot on Babali's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an alabastian knife in Babel. And Dimas too was killed on alabastian soil with Babel's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. To be continued. So, we really haven't gotten anywhere. I feel like this whole story just got more and more mysterious. But that's okay. We'll keep going. Alright. March 14, 9:21 p.m. Open air stage. I've left the Damascus investigation to Francisca and returned to Babel. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babel's statue. Oh, it's Kay! Hello, Kay. What's the situation? Investigating is so much fun? In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. We've been investigating our hearts out. Alright, what did you find? Nothing. You found nothing. So you found nothing. In any case, Detective Gumshoe, you have permission to enter the Alabastian embassy, is that correct? As a local detective, I'm helping out with the investigation on both sides. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. It belongs to the lady under the pink princess's mask. Kind that was also playing the role of the pink badger yesterday. Please go deliver them to her. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. Thank you, detective. I don't know, I guess I'll unload them somewhere. Doesn't seem all that enthusiastic to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence has lost their value given to Detective Dungeon. Now, I don't believe I'm needing this anymore either. Kay's gonna take the autograph. Still summarized autograph scrunched up to a ball and disposed of. Alright, unnecessary evidence has been removed, remaining evidence has been rearranged. Let's see. Alright, let's talk to... Still need to gather a bit more information first. Let's talk to the ambassador. Yes, hello. Hello, Ambassador Polino. You must be tired. Oh, he's giving me more coupons for the buffet. Again. Oh, never mind. Tickets for the cafeteria open at 10 tomorrow. Thank you, but I would prefer not to be here. Let's talk about the open air stage. What function does it serve? Normally we use it for a variety of events, all to attract the extra bit of attention to Babel. I heard that tonight over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. You know? You know what? Many told me that I really should give a speech too. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. That's the fire? Exactly. Alright, let's talk about the Prima Duck statue. Ambassador Polina, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Prima Duck statue. Did you know that Alabasta and Babel used to be one country called Codopia? Yes, I heard about that. Well, the Prima Duck statue belonged to the founders of Codopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Codopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it's meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule as things. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabasta and Babel were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Prima Duck statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I should try to show him. Yeah, I'm gonna show him the statue in a second. But let's talk about Manny first. There's one thing I'd like to ask you about. Oh. He's really desperate for tourism. Manny Koshin, I'd like to ask you about this man who is your secretary. Tell me what I know? What you know? Alright, thank you. He was, if I had to put in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in the smuggling right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. You see. Sounds like Mr. Koshin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babbly's representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. Yeah, what is this Country Unification Council? Tell me more. Tonight's event proceeded without a hitch. Our two countries were to reunify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. Alright, let's show him the statue. Ambassador Polina, if you could please take a look at this for me. Prima Duck statue sitting in Alabasta right now actually belongs to Babel. I received a call from Ms. Von Karma about this earlier. And you will understand why I wish to inspect Babel's Prima Duck statue immediately. Is the statue currently in your country's possession? I've already inspected it myself, and it is definitely Alabasta's statue. I know because it's the real statue. Wait. You're saying that Babel's is a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babel, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one.
Hold it!
Because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babel were to lose space, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that. Aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? I wonder if there's anything he can tell us. I don't know if there's any. I don't think there's anything else I need to show him. I think that's all we can get from him. But let's talk to Detective Gumshoe. See what he's got for me. What did you find out? Nothing. Nothing. You found nothing. I take it as found nothing of any particular use as usual. Alright. I got something really interesting from Investor Polino. Yeah, what would that be? Oh! What's that? Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently if you burn this special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babel, it burns this green color. See, so it's a special property of the oil. I suppose it's a ploy to force people to visit Babel should the oil run out. What about these silhouettes? He stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it would project the image. Silhouettes, huh? They're rather pretty, aren't they? Oh, I see where we're going with this. Maybe. What am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update. Oh, that was an update. There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? I wouldn't call it fun stuff, Kay. I wouldn't call it fun stuff, Kay. I wouldn't go as far as calling what I'm about to have to do is fun. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals. Silhouette lantern data jotted down my organizer runs on with crystal oil which burns green of Babylese souvenir. Before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. So we tell Kay and Detective Gumshoe what's up in the Alabastian embassy. There's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country. That's about just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapons smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. Fake Yatagarusu. In one way or another, the Yatagarusu is connected. Of this I'm sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarusu first spotted? I believe it was the rose garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard the Yatagarusu had appeared. Alright, we're gonna go investigate the rose garden. Post-haste! What's that? What's that? It's a guitar pick? You found a guitar pick, Kay? I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything you can get away from around here. I was thinking to have concerts here at this open air stage from time to time, right? Oh, the ninja! Found at the open air stage, it looks like a guitar pick's also wet for some reason. Alright, let's keep that in mind for now. Oh, she has one more thing for us? What do you want me to hold on to? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Oh. For identifying Callisto. Alright. What is this? Ladder. They're talking about ladders for some reason. Okay. What is this? Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for renovation. I suppose they're for renovation. Okay. Let's see. What else is here? I don't think there's anything else for me to look at here. I think I have to go to the rose garden. I'm just curious, so I want to walk around and see what's up. Alright. May I enter the Alabastian embassy? If it's only you, then yes. Sorry, Kay! Yeah, please don't run off and do any more dangerous stuff, okay? And tell me that after my heart skipped a beat. Think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabast now. Yes, go back to the bell. Thank you. Alright, we're at the Rose Garden. March 14, 9:58 p.m. Rose Garden. This is the water where the water from the pit came from. Hello, Francisca, I'm back. It's me. How are things in Babel? Can't really say expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Manny Koshin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation to the Yatagarasu has. Even now, I find it hard to believe a person can fully traverse between the two countries at will. Preposterous. That's why I came to investigate. Heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in the Elidast, and that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared and just as sudden and vanished. So this is where the silhouette lantern comes into play. I see. After that, there was the fire about the Belize embassy that the Yatagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Alright, we begin the investigation in the Rose Garden. There's a lot here. Alright, let's start here. This is where the Ambassador Elba was to give a speech. The stage was set up nicely, however, where was the audience supposed to sit? They were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool. It's such poor planning. There's no place other than the spot or two by the pool. You really should have made seating arrangements. Yeah. And since that consideration for the viewers was taken with those, so in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time. Although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Alright. Take a look at this pool. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. Not just for aesthetic, this pool's water is also used in putting out fires. Let's see. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. Fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. This water was used to put out fires, supposedly must be refilled to its normal level, which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. Alright, we're gonna take some notes. I think it has something to do with the guitar pick being wet, but I'm not sure how. Oh. Why are you here, Larry? Why are you coming out of the water? Why are you here? This pool is not for your personal enjoyment. You really think that I'm type to jump into a pool and swim around fun? Yes! Yes. Did you fall into a pool? No. You have a son? Guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. Oh, the baby! Pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. You're gonna do for some... No. Francisca, it's a fake baby!
Hold it!
Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. You know, he means... He means the Steel Summarized baby. I was a bit confused by this man's word for a bit there. However, I believe what he's looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yes. Because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through. You know what? Don't even go there. Don't even go there with me, Ellery. I can't with you right now. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase an astounding fool. No, I couldn't agree more, Francisca. I couldn't agree more. I'm not seeing hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that should we find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of the water! I don't know what's going on. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming in the pool. True. What is this? Statue of a woman and one of the ladies pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux. I see. Let me see. Possibly Yatagara's hidden these bushes. The rose bushes. Just asking a question, Francisca. I'm just exploring all possibilities. You don't have to whip me. Gosh, rude. There's an overturned spotlight. When the Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicking. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. I thought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu, however, there were people in my way and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose at least some other poor stats were hidden set. Yeah, probably. Alright, he knows everything on this side of the room. Some beautiful roses. They appear to be well maintained. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they're grouped by colors, one color per location. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this. I see. I think she's serious about it. All the people to comment on the proper balance of things is Francisca and her roses. Alright. The statue bears resemblance to the Primadux statue. King Primadux in the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadux put his life on the line and went to war. So Primadux was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Alright, I think that's everything here. Ooh, what is this? Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him should he have gotten tired during his speech. Yeah, why didn't he plan to make his speech the whole time? Oh, he's quite prideful? I see. Alright, I think that's everything for now, so let's talk to Agent Lang. You finished checking out all the bystanders? The man in black says, yes, sir! And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran late. But nothing related to the case. Not a single thing. And now let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. I see. Hello, Agent Lang. It's me again. Hello. Yeah, thank you for your assistance earlier. That was very kind of you. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the leg. You're with me on that, right? Alright, let's talk about the Yatagara's disappearance. You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? I saw the thief alright with my own two eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries up as the Yatagarasu ran out. The next second, the spotlight went out, and by the time we got the area lit again, the thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the light went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing's for certain, Yatagarasu was here. All you saw was the thief's silhouette.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that a shadow belonged to someone else. You might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape, not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check on everyone, so I know I'm ready. someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagata. I believe I figured out its true origin. Yeah, this is where the silhouette lantern comes in. I really cast the shadow of the Yatagata. I think it's this statue. This one doesn't look like it. It's missing something. I think it's this one.
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagata suit. Is it not possible that it was created by the statue? Aiming for a fool? The statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow. You are correct, however, this statue is but one part of a whole picture. If we combine the two statues together, or are we talking about the lights? I'm not sure which. I'm gonna try the other statue. The Yatagata shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagata suit? Yes. Watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagata suit. First, if we set up the spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primadux and the battlefield, the shadow of the king statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set up a light on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux, the silhouette would appear on the backdrop to the stage. If we were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagata's shadow. Calm down. Hang on. We need to change the lighting position. I believe that the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow, which is her hand. That part alone is enough to fill the rest. Sorry, Francisca, sorry. It's just her hand. It's just the hand. Sorry.
Take that!
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas. What does that remind you of? It can only be the shadow of the queen's left hand. Let's adjust it a little bit more, so that it only shines on the queen's left hand. Here we go. It's exactly like the shadow that Agent Lang saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also a part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagata's shadow has vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagata never did visit Alabasta tonight. The only country that he visited was Babao, although it can be assumed that the Yatagata had an accomplice in Alabasta. I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. Since then, the biggest clue yet to solve in this case is the existence of this accomplice. Alright, completed the investigation in the Rose Garden. We've covered our HP. Hello, Detective Bad. Have you come to join us? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge, and my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagata suit. So yes. What have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? I might regret it. Oh no. Oh no. But yes, Francisca is right. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, "I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist." Oh no. Oh no. She gave me an interesting picture. She's a freelance camera woman. This is the photo I got from her. Huh? Yatakaros is flying through the air? Times they are changing. It's not just a man, but evidence even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors. Put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. So this was taken after the fire. Photo of Yatakaro's data jotted down the organizer. The blur in this picture took off from the Babyliss embassy, flew over the boundary and headed for the embassy of Alabama.
Objection!
It's simply not possible people are incapable of flight. I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. That's true. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Maybe it happens more often than we think. But both times, it didn't really fly. I'm up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph. I mean, we have to be. The Yatakaros took off from the Babyliss embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to the Babel investigation for a bit. I'll be back. I want to see this photo in more detail. I have a feeling it's related to these flowers. Somehow. And the dead body. But let's take a look at the photo real quick. Alright, let's head over to Babel. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. I'm counting on you, Francisca! Thanks, Francisca! Hello, Kay. Get back to our investigation. Alright, let's go. Welcome back! Oh, thank you! Oh, it's giving us more coupons. Alright. 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 It appears that Ambassador Apollino isn't the only one adamantly handing these out. Alright, March 14, 10:37 p.m. Babyliss Embassy, Secretariat's office. I think after all that running around, we're right back where we started. Here that way. Hello, Ambassador Apollino. Have you found Manny's killer yet? Not yet! We have yet to find Manny's killer. I guess this murder really was the work of the Yatakarosu. It was the work of the fake Yatakarosu, that's right. The real Yatakarosu is a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth. Alright. There is one thing you can do where you allow us to take another look around. We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Feel free to investigate to your heart's content. There are a few questions I'm allowed to ask you personally, Ambassador. Alright. Those two sure got chummy awfully quick. We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person. The suspicious person you spotted. When I came to this room, that person was already gone. I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing Mr. Koshin's killer. Yeah, we don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatakaros stole 7 years ago was down here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. Alright. Let's get started. Speaking of the Yatagarasu mysteries, I received the most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Yeah, Uncle Bad is here. He has been chasing after Yatagarasu for all these years. Now then, I was told that the photo was taken just after the fire. I looked at the personal loan code I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing a fake Yatagarasu after all? I know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. This could be how that person escaped. Alright, let's investigate. Let's investigate. We've done a lot of talking. Since we got here. Interested in the window. You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window. So where were you when you were investigating over there? You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damas 2 was killed. I wonder if it was Damas's body. Okay. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire. The chair was overturned. Alright, well, let's investigate. Looks like a very comfortable chair, completely unscathed. Doesn't look all that broken. There's some papers. Bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. Half burned on the table. Not sure. Manny Koshin. His name is written here on this nameplate. Why would you put a nameplate with your name on in your own office so people know when they walk into the right or wrong room? I don't think people will forget their own name. So. What else is here? Oh, what's in this open drawer? It doesn't look too damaged. I think we'll rifle through this drawer. What's this? It's a rather unusual shape for a notepad. Oh. I see. Let's talk about the ink first. There's a bottle of the Babalese ink on Koshin's desk, and it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Looks like your precious Babalese ink is alright after all. That's odd. What do you mean by that? It's just that there is something strange about the ink. What is that? I suppose I talked to the investor for a bit. I'd like to ask you about your movement before the fire broke out. For the fire? Which fire are you talking about? There was more than one? Guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here. Wait, what? Yeah, we only knew about the one after the Jam and Ninja show. The first occurred at the start of the Jam and Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. And the fire after the Jam and Ninja show was the 2nd one of the night. Oh. So the fire I witnessed was the 2nd one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? Oh, that's right! I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Okay. What's the extent of the damage in the 2nd fire? The 2nd fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fires on the floors above it that caused it. Very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here. and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. Alright, so Fires in Babel has been jotted down in my organizer. Can you tell me more about the actions and whereabouts for you today? And if you happen to know what Mr. Kushin's actions and whereabouts were as well, would be very helpful. Let's see, I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that I had a roll for breakfast. That's a little too detailed. It's a little too detailed. Alright, morning activities. Originally, we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jamma Ninja, but Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were tidying up his office. Why were you not cleaning your own? I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Okay. Alright. Which is why both the primitive statue and the Babyliss knife set are down here. Oh. The tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons from the fireplace. Let's see. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I see.
Hold it!
An ambassador like yourself had been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. He was very good at being mad. Why, even this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babyliss ink onto the back wall when I was burning the file. He got mad at me, saying that I shouldn't treat the ink with... saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Okay. Alright, spill Babyliss ink onto the back wall while burning the files and fireplace. Left ashes there. Alright, I got some testimony. No, I guess he didn't have any other work to do as the ambassador. Alright, let's talk about the afternoon activities. Manny and I went down together to the Theatre Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. They were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. Okay. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor. Prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jamma Ninja. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped downstairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me, but during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Koshin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show. And the next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep. Thank you for your help. No, I think that's very important information. Thank you. Alright, let's talk about his ink. Why was he saying that? Oops. I want to talk about the ink. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Koshin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him when I received no reply. I used my spirit key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. Fire was green. Wood crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. And Babyliss ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn. I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire, so that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. Case of the perplexing green flames. What exactly was that caught on fire in here? I see. Well, let's keep looking. We weren't done here yet. I got distracted. There's only one book left standing here, Treasures of the World. No, Kay! The most important part was black and violet fire. Alright, let's see. There's a phone here. Like the butterfly receivers? Oh, I see. I'm wondering what Codopia? Probably. Alright, okay. Very interesting. The filler content. Seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well. If there's anything useful left in here. I already spy something. But I want to make sure there's nothing else to look at. Alright. I want to draw a link between the sticky note and the notes found on Damask's body.
Eureka!
The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. A notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them. I see. You seem quite passionate about it. I'd like to see my souvenir collection. I'd love to show it to you. Yeah, are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fire? Ambassador Kalina, I wonder if you can recognize the handwriting on this note. Looks like Manny's handwriting? In that case. This note was found in Elevas. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. It was a request from Manny Koshin for Damask II to steal a Primodex statue. Yes, he tried to steal Alabast's Primodex statue. We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Koshin? I'm gonna gather some for us right now. Thank you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. Can't believe that Manny even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There's one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Alright, what is it? Anything you can tell me would be of great help. Alright, let's go back and talk to him again. I haven't investigated half the room. I just keep coming back to talk to this dude. Alright, job from Mr. Damask. I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue is the real one as a part of today's events. Because of the Atakaras in the fire here that got cancelled, I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. Do you see Babel's statue? It's just a replica. Did Mr. Koshin knew that? Of course, that's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today as this would impact our country's authority. I see. When I told Manny my concern, he said, let me handle it, it'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Codopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Hold it!
Mr. Koshin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Codopian ambassador. Why was he trying so hard? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was for Wobi. I don't have an answer yet as to why he's trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Oh, hello, Detective Gumshoe. You collected the information I requested? All right, here. Feel free to take a look. It's for you. It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Thanks, Detective! Alright. Aww. Dynamics is just like Dad and Uncle battle. That's sad, okay. I'm gonna become a good Yatagarasu just like my father. You do that, Kay. You do that, Kay. Yep. Yeah, but don't tell me, okay? Alright. I'd like to ask you for a favor, Kay. That gadget, Mr. Thief. Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon? Yes, little thief! Yes.
Hold it!
From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered in the Bastard's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. Wait, we can take a look at it and see what has changed, because I'm very curious. Seems there are other things beside what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible we might finally escape through the person Kay saw used as well. It's the power of the true vigilante! We're recreating the room. There's certainly one interesting device you have there. Alright. Let's take a look. Let's start with the clock. His grandfather clock, it was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire. And then it was moved. Speaking of which, totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanism or something? Hello, Johnny! What a green room. It's a recreation, so it's gotta be green. Mr. Polino, maybe we take a look inside the clock. Alright, let's take a look at the clock. Found this inside. Looks like the length of a wire, so this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Let's see. Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? Sounds like it wasn't Mr. Polino who put it there. And perhaps it was Mr. Koshin's killer who did it. Okay. But so one of the Babbly's knife was already missing before the fire began, especially since the other two knives' handles were burnt away. The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from a real murder weapon, and the Bell's national treasure was stolen. What is this? Oh, it's their flyers with coupons. I'd love to take a trip. You already have a destination in mind? Ideally, I had to go somewhere where I can continue my thief training? Alright, okay. Yeah. Perhaps just visit a studio where they make the Gem and Ninja TV show. Yeah, you go there. You go do that. The fireplace. So Babal's office happened too. There's a fireplace in a relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. Still can't believe that we found the undershirt in the fireplace. I wonder if this one turns too. I wonder if this one turns too. You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window. Okay, this is just a repeat of things we talked about earlier. Nothing new here. Nothing new here. This is the chair that was toppled over for some reason. Alright, let's go look at the fire by the door. Charming, charming. The small talk is charming, but I have things to do. These must have been the large green flames that Bastard Polino saw. flames like these, no wonder he couldn't get in. By the time he came to his room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. But this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babel. Guess Mr. Polino was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning? Could put it that way. Since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. The person could even be Mr. Koshin's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in? Then what did that person set on fire to make the green flames? Whatever it is that person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. This is the fire's green. We've seen something that burns green, right? Talking about a lantern. Which fire-related piece of evidence burned the same color as these green flames? I think he's talking about a lantern.
Take that!
The silhouette lantern, its green flames come from the wood crystal oil it's burning. That's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. Sinister? I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by wood crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there's only one other thing made from wood crystal oil. As we found out earlier in our investigation. Explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wood crystal oil that Ambassador Polino was mistaken about. So the ink, the Babyliss ink.
Take that!
Babyliss ink is made from wood crystal oil. So it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern. Precisely. However, the green flames in this room are not from a bottle of Babyliss ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Koshin used on his desk. Oh no, I have a bot. I'm in the middle of a case! Goodbye. However, we know that Mr. Koshin was smuggling the ink in massive quantity. What do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. It's the counterfeit money, that's why they can't find it. Here that I finally found the smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Babyliss ink is the source of the green flames. The money!
Take that!
What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made that are circulating in Zenfa. Yes, it was Mr. Koshin who made the counterfeit bills. I believe you could even go as far as to say that he stole Babel's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Koshin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? And I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Suppose so, it would cause a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Koshin and concealed his crime, but they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Alright, the bills are circulating in Zenfa made by Koshin. They were all burned on the bell. We've updated that. By this time, the perimeter statue had already been swapped out. This one is covered in soot. These two countries are about to become friends again. It would have been better if I had stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire. Hey, please. Let's see what else. Alright, the first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point. I had been burned to a crisp. That's odd. What is it? We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh. Maybe someone wrote in a fit of panic? Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babylonis embassy at all? I didn't personally, and the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered. Alright, as much as I would love to hear what Gumshoe have to say, where the 3-hour marks, we're gonna come back to his testimony next week. Cause we still have a lot left. And we will leave that for next week's stream. Alright, let's save this. And get back to the main screen. Well, I'm even more confused than I was at the beginning of the stream. So much has happened, I still don't know what's going on. I can't make heads or tails, but I'm sure we will figure it out soon. But that is it. Today's Ace Attorney investigations. We've cleared Kay and we've cleared Larry of 2 murders, respectively. But we still haven't figured out who killed who. But we will be back next week on Wednesday to hopefully close everything out. But that is it for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming. Those of you who dropped by, I appreciate you all. Have a great day or a great night wherever you are. Stay cool. And I will see you guys on Saturday for Persona 3 Flow. Good night. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. Bye, Johnny.